Hi, this is Ty, Adam, Will, Austin, and Blake, and today we're going to be talking about cueing in the classroom.
Cueing is the strategy of the teacher drawing on the prior knowledge of the student. The teacher does this to build new information on top of the old information. This strategy is also called elaboration, and this technique falls under the learning theory of the constructivist approach.
We are going to be demonstrating cueing examples in the classroom. So class, today we'll be learning about a subject of which we touched on at the end of class yesterday actually. Does anyone remember what that would be?
American flags?
Yes, absolutely. And what were a few things that we talked about with American flags?
The stars?
The stars, absolutely, thank you. And can you guys remember how many stars there are on the American flag? 50. Very good job, Blake. That's awesome. And can any of you remember what those 50 stars represent?
The 50 states?
The 50 states. Yes, congratulations. Thank you. How many stripes are on the flag?
13.
13. And do you know what they represent?
Colonies.
13 colonies, right? Absolutely. So using what you guys know and what we just talked about, I want you to draw a real quick sketch of the American flag. You can see the concept of cueing exemplified in many ways in this skit. The teacher very clearly draws upon prior knowledge that the students have already learned and possess from the classroom. For example, we see that she recalls what exactly they learned last class and recalls on the information specifically of the stars as well as the number of stripes and how that relates to the overall idea of the meaning of the flag.
So this is going to be our second example of cueing in the classroom. Alright guys, so last class what we did, we learned about two-dimensional shapes. So could you guys list off a couple of the shapes that we learned? Yep. Squares? Yep.
Triangles?
Yep.
One of them was circles also.
Circles, yep. So what do those all have in common? That they are what? Flat shapes, right? So how do you guys think that knowledge, how do you think they become three-dimensional? And what do you think those shapes are called? Anybody?
Square would be like a cube.
Yep.
Maybe like a triangular prism for triangles?
Yep.
Maybe a circle could be a cylinder.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you make all of those three-dimensional shapes from the two-dimensional shapes. That's how you get something almost like a football or a Rubik's Cube, or you get the pyramids in Egypt. So that's kind of how the 2D shapes go into three-dimensional shapes.
You can see that the teacher uses cueing to set up the lesson by having the students list off some of what they learned before. This helps the students know what they will learn and provides a transition from one unit in a class to another.
But cueing can have its drawbacks. In working with young people, teachers often find themselves correcting behaviors after the fact, asking students, "When are you going to remember?" These reminders often lead to irritation. The mistake is already made and the young person is left with two choices: to promise to try harder or to think, "Why don't you leave me alone?" Neither response is very satisfying.
Cues enhance the attention or focus of learners by restricting what they need to think about. Since learners' capacity for attention is limited, it is important to deplete the capacity with relevant rather than irrelevant or less relevant stimuli. Consequently, cues play an important role in directing students' attention toward the most critical information and away from less critical information. In addition to helping students attend to ideas in a lesson, cues help students comprehend ideas. Naturally, students understand concepts better when teachers communicate them clearly and developmentally. While understanding ideas is important, it would serve little purpose if students did not retain the information for future application. Retention is especially enhanced when cues connect new ideas to previously learned ideas in some way.